Alright guys, today we are going to solve Leetcode number 26. The problem statement is given an array of intervals. We have to find, we have to merge all the overlapping intervals and return an array of the non-overlapping intervals that cover all the intervals in the input. So what does that mean is, looking into this here, we have the first, looking into the input we have given, we have a first interval 1 to 3 and then second interval 2 to 6. So if you check here 1 2 3 up to and 2 to 6, 2 is smaller than the 3, so this interval can go all the way up to 6. And whenever we find out that the list is not overlapping, then we add it to the different list. So if we keep doing it, then the list should be 1 to 6, 8 to 10 this way, and 15 to 18, which we see here. This is the list. So how are we going to solve this? So for better example, I have made this one, so and I'm gonna jot it over here. So if we see, for first one, it goes from 1 to 2, 1 to 3. So this is basically going from 1 to 3, 1 3, and then the second one is going from 2 to 6 up to here, and then third one is going from, this is 8 over here, 8 to 10, so right here, and then the next one is going from 15 all the way up 15 to 18, let's say up to here. So this 15 18 8 10. So when we see here, let me pick a different color, that this is overlapping but this one is not overlapping and this one is not overlapping. So we have to include all of these overlapping at one, the other one is over here, and the other one over here, and this is the output we are getting. So how are you going to solve? So we will, no, so first of all we have this 1 2 3 and we have a stack here. So what we are going to do is, as if this is empty, we are going to go ahead and add this list over here, and that's it. We don't have nothing to compare. So the next one, what we are going to do now, we get 2 to 6, and when we are here and then the list is not empty, then we will compare something here. So what are we comparing? We are comparing if the first element of this item is smaller than or equals to this one, right? So is 2 smaller than or equal to the last element of the top of the list. It has to top of the list. Since we have only one here, it's not going to be in the top, it's the top one. But let's say if we had something like 2 to 6 here, just for example, it should not be here, but then we would look into this one and then compare this one with this one. So that's how it works. So now, as per our example, let's go ahead and remove this one. So this is how it is. Then what we are going to do is we are going to update this one with the new one. So now we are going to pick if this item is bigger than this one, or whichever is the biggest of this one, whichever is the largest of this one, we are going to update that. So now we go here and put 6 like this. Now we are done with this, so we are going to move forward to the other one, 8 to 10. Now we go back and check, is 8 is smaller than or equal to 6? Then it's no. Then we are going to go ahead and just append it on the top. Same thing again. Now we come to 5 15 to 18, and then we check, is 10 is 15 smaller than or equals to 10, no, then we just append it here. So we ran out of list over here, then we are just going to return this list. That's how it. But the problem here is we don't know if these are actually sorted or not. So even before doing this one, we have to sort it. So sort it in such a way that we sort these ones with the first element. I'm doing it in Python. So in Python you can just use sort and it will figure it out. It's the first element of these ones. But do accordingly with your language, that you have to sort this by the first element. So that's how I do it. Yup. Okay, now we are going to code, and as I mentioned, we need to sort the list. In Python we can just do this interval.sort. This is going to sort it using the first element of the item. And what we are going to do is we are starting from the, okay, let's not even do that. We need a stack to store those, and we are going over the list of items we have. So for each item in intervals, that means for we are getting something like 1 to 3, and then 2 to 6 in each item. So that's how I do it. Now we have to compare. So if there is no stack, then we are just going to go ahead and append. So stack.append the each item that we are going through, so which is this one. So if the stack is empty, we are going to do that. If not, then what we are going to figure it out is if stack and stack minus 1, that's the last element. So now here we have something like 1 2 3. So now we have to compare. So but if comparing, we have to check if there is a stack or not. If stack, and this is stack minus 1, that means this is the last element, this one goes to the last element, and then 3 is the next one. So we are going back the last element and then the last number over here. So what are we comparing against? If our current starting point, which is this, so each item is just a list. So each item of the first one, which is 0, is less than or equals to this one, then what we are going to do is we are going to update the stack. So stack minus 1, that is the last element, is it's gonna be stack minus 1 minus 1. So let's do this. We are directly updating this one, equals to maximum of each item dot minus 1, which is this one, or it could have been sometime this can be like 7, so we have to check that one too. So now I'm going to do each item or stack minus 1 minus 1. This would be the case. So since we didn't need this and we are doing this, so I'm gonna just do else stack.append each item right now, like this. And then when we are done with everything, we just return the stack. So let's check for the errors here. So we're sorting out, we have a stack, we're going through each item here. So intervals, so first in one is this, we see this and this in each iteration. Now we are checking if it's stack and each item just 0 is this one, then we are going to update it. Otherwise we are just going to open the list we have. That basically takes care of the empty stack as well. So let's go ahead and run it and see this. It seems like it's correct, and let's submit it. Yes, so it's successful and almost fast as 72%. I mean, this is pretty fast, so this should be working good. Thank you so much.